guys, please hope you enjoy this exclusive interview with Paul Lamar The Hunter. It's a great interesting interview. Please enjoy it. See you in the video, guys. How you doing today? Welcome to Tinglo Talks. Today I got Mr. Paul Lamar The Hunter. How you doing, Mr. Paul?
Hey, I'm doing great, and I am excited to share my story on your platform today.
Awesome. I got understanding you're the 19th child of 21.
Yes, my mother actually birthed 21 children by my dad, 17 of us living today, 63 grandchildren, and 87 great grandchildren. So I come from a huge family. So this family is like a basketball team, soccer team, football team, a baseball team as well.
Awesome. So I also I got to understand you're the first one in your family to graduate college or a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I am the first child. I am the 19th child, but I'm the first child to graduate from Upper Iowa University. The reason why I graduated is because I looked back at my mom lineage and also my father lineage, and I just discovered that no one never graduated. They pursued a college degree, but they never graduated. So I became the first to complete college. I graduated from Upper Iowa University in 2012. I have a bachelor's of science in business administration. That's the reason why I go around to the Boys and Girls Club. I go to the YMCA, and I like to speak to at-risk students about the importance of education, and also just sharing my story of success, because I come from the inner city, and a lot of those people can relate to people from the inner city. And I want them to know that any institution that they walk into, there's only one direction that they can go, and that's up.
That's awesome. Also, I was also got to understand. So tell me how hard was it growing up in a family of 21?
I can tell you what, it was very, very difficult. You have to understand that in 1976, I was involved in a house fire with my brother Thomas and my brother Michael were able to get everybody out except Thomas and I. And so the fireman ended up rescuing Thomas and I, but Thomas ended up dying from his injuries a couple of days later, but I survived. And so that was very difficult for the Hunter family. Then in 1977, a year later, my father died in a car accident. So those two back-to-back adversity really changed and impacted our lives, because now my mother had to really become the breadwinner. But one thing that we had was people in the community. We had pastors coming over to visit with us and pray with us. And so we managed to overcome adversity after adversity. Yes, we did struggle. I remember a time when we didn't even have toys right before Christmas, or we didn't have a Christmas tree, but it was ordinary people knocking at the door, leaving gifts, Christmas gifts for the Hunter family, leaving food on the porch for the Hunter family. That's the reason why I am grateful to be a person to give back to the community.
And that's very good, because a lot of people don't experience that, honestly. A lot of people see, have all the excuses on the world, be like, man, I can't do this, I can't do that. And they don't know, they look into a person only for the outside in, but they don't know what's in the inside.
Yes.
I'm really glad you're telling your story about this, because and you want to tell me what inspires you? Because a lot of people, losing all that stuff, losing their home, losing their father back to back like that. Uh, what inspired you to keep moving forward? Because a lot of people just be down and be like, you know what, give up on life. There's no meaning. What really gives you an inspiration to be like, you know what, I want to be something better. I want to keep moving forward.
Well, I think the most important thing what's really helped me out is just looking back at my family lineage and just discovering that no one never really achieved success. That's what really provoked me, motivated me, inspired me to go further in education, to go further in my academics, to go further to be a better man, to go further to be a better person, to go further to go out in the community and reach young men and women. So my motivation is it will continue to just go out in society, be productive, and just help other people that might be struggling academically, socially, mentally, spiritually, even physically. I love to go to the community because I'm a community person myself. And so I'm going to stay involved in the community.
So you want to tell us what helped you go back to school? Because a lot of people go like, they have all excuses, like I said earlier, they have all excuses why they can go to school. They say they're too busy in their lives, or they're like, I can't afford school. What helped you go back to school and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go through this, I'm gonna achieve this degree, I'm gonna achieve this bachelor's, and I'm gonna show my family, everybody that was out there, everything's possible.
Well, I tell you what, anything is possible. The reason why I went back to college is because I was working at a factory called Chrysler Engine Plant. And I remember in 2010 where they made the announcement that they were going to close the facility and move to Mexico. And in the process of closing, they had to pay for us to go back to school. I took advantage of it. I said, I'm going back. They were going to pay for my tuition, they were going to pay for books. So I took advantage of it. They paid for it. I graduated for college. So while I was there, I just used the resources. I wasn't afraid to raise my hand and ask for help. I was in the tutoring center Monday through Saturday, getting that extra help. So I can relate to people that are struggling academically. And I want them to know if you are struggling academically, get involved in your school, find out where you can go and get the resources. Find out by your librarian, find out by your counselor, because there are resources that are available at your college. There's a tutor facility there that can assist you. And I use every resource that was available at Upper Iowa University. And do you know that Upper Iowa University is the first university in the United States that started to open up their doors to military men and women in 1918?
Oh, I was not aware of that because they want to shut their doors into our people that serving us, protecting us, be the front runners, the front people that's out there and making sure that our country is safe.
Yes, yes.
Uh, Another question I have for you, as we mentioned, you grew up in a house at 21, and you're the 19 kid. How was it, every day, you had siblings and everything, you had younger siblings, older siblings. How was it being around those? So who was your biggest teacher there?
I think the biggest teacher was my older siblings, my brothers, and also my sisters. But being in that big family, they had they had to spank us a lot, especially because they came from the first 10. I came from the second 10, and so the older ones were responsible for educating us, for making sure that we did our chores, making sure that we did homework, making sure that we were washing clothes, making sure that we were cleaning up our rooms. Them older ones, because mom and dad had to work, so the older ones would sometimes be the substitute mom or the substitute dad, and they will spank us at times. And I remember my baby sister, LaShawna and Elsie, we had got in trouble, and my older sister has spanked us, and we made a pact. We made a pact that when we get bigger and stronger, we were going to beat them all up for whooping us at that particular time. And my sister LaShawna, rest in peace. I remember that she still wanted to get back at them, and she wanted me. And I told her, no, I can't do that because at that time we were babies and we needed a spanking, because if it wasn't
Right.
for those spankings, we wouldn't have turned out to be the way we are in society. Yeah.
Also, I don't have an understanding, and this is very exciting. Not everybody does this. But tell us about your book, man. Not everybody takes the time and write a book about their life. Everybody needs to be doing that, man, because it's so much you can learn from a person, their background, and all that. Everybody, if everybody took the time and actually wrote a book and say, hey, I've been through this, and this is what you can do. This is what is gonna make you success. This is what I helped me to do success and become a great person, that person I am now. Man, tell us a little bit about that, man.
Oh, my book titled No Love, No Charity, The Success of the 19th Child. That book is available at Barnes & Noble's, Amazon.com. The reason why I wrote the book is because I wanted to inspire, entertain, inform people of the Hunter family story, because it deals with the different personalities of my mom, my dad, and also my siblings. So when you're dealing with introverts, when you're dealing with extroverts and ambiverts, and those different personalities in a Hunter family can be unparalleled. So it was a challenge writing the book, but it brought the best out of me as a human being, because it healed me on the inside, because there was a lot of anger issues. There was a lot of resentment on the inside of me. So if I did not write the book, I wouldn't be here today to tell you about the book. But the book brought the best out of me. That's the reason why I'm here. It chronicles my life from the day I was born all the way up until my graduation. It's a good book. It's a parenting book. The book also has been adapted into a screenplay. I have partnered with Tailflick, which is a production company. We were able to write the marketing page pitch for producers and directors. So we are hoping that we will close this deal by the end of 2022. And I believe it will happen.
So for everybody that's been watching this, I want to tell, what would you recommend them? Because a lot of people just comes out and they don't come out, like they be like, they can't see themselves moving forward because either they came from a family struggling and they feel like they can maintain their life, or they become a bad person. Everybody has a background why they do so many bad things, but instead of becoming a bad person because they suffer something, they went through so much in their lives. What can you recommend for those people so they can turn their lives and become a better person and actually become a successful person like you have become? Because as how I've seen you become a businessman, you won't even got a degree for science. That's something big, man. That's something real big. That's a milestone right there. Not everybody just coming from a small big family like that and have nothing to become something.
Well, the best advice that I can give people Your purpose is bigger than your circumstances. You cannot let your past define who you are. There's a lot of men, good women out in society that are letting their past define who they are. If they would go out and get my book, No Love, No Charity, The Success of the 19th Child, I never let my past define who I am. I always put my purpose above my circumstances. And so the people that are listening to this interview, always magnify your purpose. Always magnify your purpose. Don't magnify your circumstances, just magnify your purpose, because your purpose is going to give you vision. Your purpose is going to give you focus. Your purpose is going to give you hope. And that's what the people need today. They need purpose. They need vision. They need hope. And most importantly, they need determination.
Yes. And I'm so glad you were able to come in today because that's very inspiring. You even inspired myself, and I'm really, really also grateful for having you today because man, you changed the life of you really changed the game, man. Just coming out of nothing to become something, you changed the game. People, you got people they since they're kids, they giving it all, because parents they think, oh yeah, I'm gonna give everything to my kid, he's gonna become a successful kid, but it doesn't go like that, man. You became a great person and you became a businessman, you became something because I was looking through your biography and not only did you do that, you got a lot of little projects going on in your life right now.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm in the process of negotiating some deals to get on some national talk shows like the Kelly Clarkson Show. We are in the process of negotiating that deal, and also the View as well. So I am working on multiple projects, and so most importantly, I have to say this: I am humble because I'm on your platform sharing my story, and I try my best to give every person an opportunity to have me on as a guest. And so I hope that once this interview is over, that a lot of people will reach out to you. A lot of people will view this interview and give you some hope and also encourage you, because I think that if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have an opportunity to share my story with your viewers. And I know that one day you're going to be huge and big, and we're going to do this again.
And I thank you because I really appreciate it. Come because like I mentioned to you, like we have a little talk before this interview. People came out of the cold, people came out of all the things and they have no hope, and you have a story. You didn't came out of the cold, you came out of a story from a family, almost having like zero. Now you got something, and people just come out and just be like I had mentioned, have all the excuses in the world why they can't do something, why they can't move forward, and they always want to hold that against their life and hold it on and just and turn into something beautiful, because they say use the pain allows to push forward, and that's a lot of motivation right there.
Yeah,
Use that
yes.
pain to be your biggest strength. Be like, why I don't want to be like this in your past too. Be like, damn, I don't want to be like that anymore. I want to be something and show and change the world, change the family, change everything. Show people there's everything is possible. Because they think that you have to live rich, you have to born rich to have something, or if you are poor, you have all excuses why you can't do this, why you can't do that. And I think that's a bunch of excuses to me. And you just show the world that you don't have to make excuses. All you have to do is push yourself and become a better person. It's all about pushing yourself, how far you can push yourself. No limitations.
And
Sky's
that's
the limitation.
yep, and that's the way I was able to do. I was able to push myself, even though it was difficult, even though it was uncomfortable. But in order for you to be successful, you have to get uncomfortable.
Hmm.
I was uncomfortable for many years, and now I'm comfortable. But when I look at a challenge, I know that the challenge is going to make me uncomfortable. But that's part of life. But I
Yeah.
never use any excuses whatsoever. And as a former basketball coach, um, I look back on my life, and I would say that I left I will leave a positive legacy not only on my children, but the men and women that I was able to share my story with. I was able to coach. I was able to be a mentor to them, and I was able to watch them grow as young kids and up until adults. And I still have a relationship with the men and women that I had coached and became a mentor to. And it's just a testimony of what we can do if we can challenge ourselves to go out in the world and be better men and help other people become better people in society.
And that is so true. And I really thank you for taking the time and sharing your story today with us. I hope a lot of my viewers can relate and actually can take something out of this and actually use them in everyday life. Because I believe you can't give up and just say, man, this is over with, but this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna be who I am. And I believe every single challenge, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a person that I love challenges. I feel like the bigger the challenge, the bigger
Hmm.
and the stronger you get, because the challenge can be so tough, but the challenge also make you a tougher person. Because I think people don't take messages very well. And I got this from the movie Rocket Balboa. And no matter how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit. And
Yes.
I think unbelief not how it is in real life. Because people think you throwing a punch or you know how to fight. It's just when you can knock up a person out, but it's not how hard you can hit. It's how hard you can get hit and get up and keep moving forward with your life. Because it's like we're in a boxing ring. Each day we go out and battle.
Well, I tell you what, I've been hit so many times. I could have died in 1976 in the house fire, but God had other plans. I could have died in a car crash, but God had purpose. I could have died in a physical altercation, but God still had my back and He still had purpose. And so I am here today. And every day when I get up, I know that I have purpose. I know I have to go out there and reach my goals.
And that's amen, man. And that's something, man. I hope we can do this again one day again, and you can tell us how things went from today and how things are going then, and we continue telling your story, continue telling your motivation to everybody, man. Because I feel you should get up in the stage and also tell a whole bunch of crowd, man, right alive, man. Because not only this is a whole big inspiration so
Yeah.
many people, even to myself. Just talking to you, I feel like, man, if he was able to do it, why is we making excuses? Why we can't get up and do something and actually go for it? What we want, go get it. What's the
Yes. Yeah.
excuse? What's stopping us? And
Well, you know what really stopping a lot of people today, and what I discovered is fear. And if you are scared, I tell people if you are scared, go to church, because that's where you're going to increase your faith, and faith is going to eradicate fear. So fear really does hold people back. I can relate to it because I was afraid. I was afraid to communicate. I was afraid to do interviews. I was afraid. I just wanted to stay away. I didn't want people to interview me. I'm cool. I don't want to be seen. But I remember having a conversation with a young lady at at Greyhound bus station while I was traveling, and she had told me, "I see you all in newspaper publications and magazine publications," and she said to me, literally said to me, "You need to be seen. You need to do interviews," and that was really took me by surprise. And I'm like, I don't want to be doing TV interviews and out there, I don't want that. But you know what? I got uncomfortable and it made me comfortable. That's the reason why I'm here today.
No, and thank you so much, because like I said, you have explained so much even to the people that's going, even to myself. You really have changed so many ways. I believe that you're gonna be one of the success persons, and I'm gonna be seeing you more often. I really do know that. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
seeing you more often, and definitely know that you're gonna be changing a lot of lives. You're gonna be changing a lot of people's mind frames, how they be thinking, and they're really gonna be like, man, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
They're
So if,
probably
if
gonna be
pe-
they're gonna
so
be
if
even
pe-
coming to you to be like, hey man, what's my next? Why you should I already done this? What should be my next move?
so if people want to get in contact with me, they can visit my website, paullamarhunter.com. paullamarhunter.com. I'm also on all social media platforms under Paul Lamar Hunter.
And for people who want to buy your book, where they can find it at?
They can go to Barnes and Nobles, Amazon.com. The title of my book, No Love, No Charity, The Success of the 19th Child.
Thank you so much, Lamar the Hunter. There was a pleasure having you today here, man. I'm really proud, glad you took the time with us sharing your wonderful story. And I hope we can do this again very soon.
All right. Hey, thank you for having me on.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, please click any of the other videos you've seen. Go see the moon landing, go see the Matrix, go see time travel one. That's freaking awesome, guys. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Bye guys.